everybody. So I'm going to take a few minutes in this video to explain how attendance works for online classes, as well as some of the deadlines that you need to remember each week. If you have already taken an online course and you fully understand how attendance works, then you might not need to watch this video. However, depending on how recently you've taken an online course, there might be some information that is somewhat new to you. Just depends. You'll see underneath this video there's some information typed out for you. That's what I'm going to be covering here in the video. Underneath that, at the very bottom, you're going to see a chart that lists all the weeks of the quarter down the left-hand side. And then there are 3 columns next to each week. And those columns tell you the date that each week opens, the date that you need to trigger your attendance by, and the date each week closes. It'll be there all quarter, there for your reference, there as reminders. That way, any given date on the calendar, you know what week it is. You can figure it out, okay? Now, in terms of how attendance works, you know that being present for class is pretty important. When you're on campus for a class, you know that you show up at the start of class and you stay until class is finished and you get marked present. If you don't show up, you get marked absent. But how does it work in an online class where you're doing everything from home? Well, in order to make sure that you are engaging with the course each week, you have to submit a graded item in order to be marked present. But you have to submit that graded item by a certain day each week. So every week opens or begins on Monday. So at 12:01 a.m. Sunday night going into Monday, the week begins. It goes all the way to the following Sunday, and it ends at 11:59 p.m. So Monday to Sunday is each week. The attendance deadline for every week is Thursday. So you have from Monday to Sunday to go through the material. All the assignments are due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. But at least one graded item has to be submitted by Thursday night in order to be counted present. So week 1, begins Monday, ends Sunday. But in order to be counted present for week 1, you have to submit at least one graded item by Thursday night. All the other items you can submit by Sunday night, right? That's the technical due date for all the homework, is Sunday nights. But at least one thing has to be submitted by Thursday night each week. So, in order to help with that, we have an attendance quiz each week. When you click on a weekly module, you'll see the agenda on the right-hand side, but underneath that module, the only thing you'll see at first is that week's attendance quiz. You won't see all of the subtabs that go match up with that agenda. You'll only see the attendance quiz. Once you take that attendance quiz, then suddenly, magically, all the other items for that weekly module will be visible. If you submit that attendance quiz by Thursday night at 11:59 p.m., you will be counted present for that week. The good news is that the attendance quiz is super easy. It's one very simple true or false question. It does not get factored into your actual grade, but because it is a graded item, it counts towards triggering your attendance. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning rolls around, I really try to wait until like either Wednesday night or Thursday morning to reach out to students. Um, by Wednesday night, Thursday morning, if you still have not triggered your attendance for that week, you will receive a reminder. And all you got to do is just go into that weekly module and take that attendance quiz. Super easy, real quick, not even 5 minutes. And at least then, you're present for that week. Now, being present for the week is not the same thing as, having turned in all the work. Your attendance has nothing to do with your grade, right? It's just attendance. So, you still have till Sunday night to submit all the homework for that week. So the attendance quiz is just to make sure you're counted present. All of the actual assignments that do get factored into your grade are due by Sunday night. The one exception to that, as you'll learn, is the weekly discussion. You are encouraged to have your first post up by Thursday night also, just like the attendance quiz. That way everybody has enough classmates to respond to, before the discussion closes. I'll talk more about that later. But if you at least get that attendance quiz submitted by Thursday night, you will be counted present for that week. And then you have until Sunday night to submit the homework that's due. If something happens and you miss that attendance trigger and you're marked absent that week, still do the work. Still submit the graded items that factor into your grade. Don't think that, I got marked absent, so I guess I don't have to do anything this week. That's not how it would work if you were on campus. If you were on campus and you had to miss class 1 week, you'd still be responsible for doing the work that you missed. Same thing here in the online class, right? If you miss the attendance trigger, still do the work. But hopefully, since it's a really easy, simple little quiz, and you'll get a reminder each week if you haven't triggered your attendance, hopefully, it's nothing that's going to be a problem, okay? But that's how it works. Just know that you won't have access to anything for each week until you take that attendance quiz. So, take the quiz, and if you need to come back at a later time, later in the week, to go through the lessons and complete the homework assignments, that's fine. Okay? If you have questions about attendance, feel free to let me know. But use the information here underneath this video and that chart at the bottom to help you. And just remember that, we won't leave you hanging. We will send you reminders if you have not yet triggered your attendance in a given week. Just remember, too, that if you get that reminder, just go in and take the quiz, the attendance quiz for that week. Then you're fine. You will be marked present. Still got to do the work at some point, but at least you're not being counted absent. Okay? Alright. If you have additional questions or if you're confused about anything, please reach out to me right away so that we can make sure that everybody's on the same page and understands how everything works. Otherwise, you guys are free to move on to the next item.